Good afternoon and welcome to the ORCV's Melbourne to Apollo Bay race, which is starting this Saturday morning at 3 a.m. My name is Simon Dryden and I just think there's some interesting weather features which I'm going to show you. So let's get on with this. So we're just going to draw a little circle around where this high pressure system is currently located. And we're looking at the weather map for Thursday here. And then I'm going to go to Friday at the same time, and you can see the high has actually gone backwards. Then I'm going to go to Saturday, and the high is roughly in the same place. And then I'm going to go to Sunday, and you can see the high has not moved. So a really interesting weather scenario for us in Melbourne, because normally we don't get highs stuck over the top of us. And if you're interested in looking at this, we'll just get rid of that mark I had on there. This is the 500 megapascal mark, and this is showing either upper atmosphere winds or the jet streams. And this big S bend that's here is the reason for that stability with that high pressure system. So that sine wave, as they call it, it's a sine wave that's actually allowing this high pressure system that's in this area here to remain stable, and that will stay there until this sine wave goes away. So in our forecast window, this is not expected to disappear before next week. All right, let's go and have a look at the predict wind model and see if there's been any changes there. And as we can see, the wind is pretty much where it was, so in a southwesterly direction. We'll just play the models now, and you can see the boats now heading off from Queenscliff there. Again, reminding those the different coloured ones are for different weather models. And as you can see in my little window, 15 knot winds is kind of the average. So quite a nice little scenario. And you can see the boats tacking along the shore, and there's some particular reason that if we stop the model here, we can see this green model, which is the GFS model, which suggested this well offshore tack, has come rather slow in finishing. And so we'll just go and have a quick look now using the offshore app, and this is where we can show you the tides. So I'll just run this a little bit back a bit. So there you can see the boats at the start, and you can see there's this tide that's not having any effect, and so watch the little arrows as the boats go along. So there you can see there's a little bit of tide against them, a little bit of tide with them at this stage, going along, going along, going along, and this is where it changes. So we're looking here at about 8 o'clock on Saturday. The boats will be off lawn, and this is the time for the skippers to make a decision. If we look on the map, we can see that the various bits of current around here are in the 0.2, 0.3 and up to 0.4 knots. So this particular location here is where the tide runs strongest, and quite often when you're running the finishes, boats will be along the coast here and they'll tell you they're finishing in half an hour and they take an hour. And one of the reasons is that this tide is not taken into account. So you can see these models is they suggesting that you go right along the coast here to keep out of the tide. So there we are. There's some input for those navigators to work it out, but it looks like spinnakers won't be required, and you might need your whoopee cushions because it's going to be 7 or 8 hours sitting on the rail making your way. But it's really the strategy, which way you're going to tack and where you're going to get to, which is going to determine where you finish in the race. So anyway, I'll give you a further update on Friday. I hope you're enjoying these little stories I'm telling you, and we'll catch you Friday. Thank you.